my God. Damn. Shots on fire.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Paul Davis, the Public Information Officer for the Toledo Police Department. I'm here today to inform you of an officer-involved shooting that has occurred in the area of Kershaw and Charlestown. No one was struck during the incident. A news release will be forthcoming with further information in the near future. Thank you.
Damn. We missed him. Shots on fire.
Breathe, damn it, breathe. I'm sorry. We've lost him.
Toledo, Ohio, June 19, 2024 news release. Armed felony suspect exchanges gunfire with Toledo police officer. On June 19, 2024, Toledo police responded to the area of 2100 West Sylvania Avenue in reference to a male with no shirt waving a gun and making homicidal threats. When an officer arrived on scene, the armed suspect fled, eventually leading to an exchange of gunfire with the officer. At approximately 2:15 p.m., Lucas County Dispatch received calls of a shirtless man walking on West Sylvania towards the Toledo Police Northwest substation with a gun. Other callers reported that the suspect was waving the gun and threatening to kill someone. As the first officer, who was working a one-man unit, arrived on scene, he saw the suspect run southbound between the houses in the 2300 block of West Sylvania. The officer searched and located the suspect in a backyard. The suspect failed to obey verbal commands and fled with gun in hand towards Charlestown. As the officer gave chase, the suspect stopped in a driveway in the 2300 block of Charlestown, held the gun to his head, and began to fully undress. The officer took cover behind a vehicle and attempted to de-escalate the incident. The suspect refused to comply, and once fully nude, continued running with the gun down Charlestown towards Kershaw. As the officer gave chase, the suspect continued to ignore officers' commands. The officer then fired multiple rounds at the suspect with his department-issued handgun. As the suspect continued on to Kershaw, he fired multiple rounds back at the officer. As the suspect was fleeing down Kershaw, other officers began to arrive on scene. The suspect eventually threw his gun and was taken into custody without further incident in the 2400 block of Georgetown. The suspect was transported to an area hospital as a precaution. It was later found that the suspect had a felony warrant for domestic violence. He will also be charged with assault on a peace officer, a felony of the first degree. No one was injured during the incident. The officer who fired his weapon will be placed on paid administrative leave per the collective bargaining agreements. The involved officer's information, body-worn camera footage, and dashcam footage will be released in the near future.
Did you hear AI Snoop? AI Snoop read the press release from the Toledo Police Department, and it said the guy was running away, not listening to commands, and the officer shot. They didn't know this guy had felony warrants until after he was taken into custody. So his behavior beforehand, while scary, dangerous, and criminal, was not life-threatening to anybody. Him running away butt naked is not harm to anybody. It's criminal, but not a harm to anybody. And for this officer to shoot at a man just because he's running away because he's too fat and out of shape to catch up to him, that is a criminal act, in my opinion. Now, this neighborhood is only a couple blocks from my mom's house where my niece frequents. If you notice, this is a neighborhood full of homes. This isn't a businesses where they got steel walls, brick walls. These are homes. This officer recklessly firing into this neighborhood like this should be criminal. Now, you also hear that the guy that was running away returned fire. I call that self-defense. He's running away. The threat is escape. Now, if this were you or I, we'd be criminally charged. If we shot at someone that's running away, that's not a threat to us, we would be criminally charged. This officer, I don't know his name yet. Body camera footage hasn't been released publicly yet. I will get it as soon as possible. As soon as we know this, I'm putting it out there. We're going to put all the body camera out. Have to do a little bit more blurring. Unfortunately, I have to see it. I'll save you guys the details. But when he's running, if you pause, you do see his left hand looks to be what appears to be a gun. With him shooting and returning fire, allegedly, we reasonably assume there was a gun. But it's just more TPD failures, man. They just keep giving us just plenty of content. So keep it up, TPD. And Paul Davis, check your email, because I'm requesting this information too. Take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you.